Guys, today I'm talking about the next 15 reunion, season 1 reunion part 2. Um, if y'all been following me tonight, I'm not taking my bonnet off. I'm just saying. Anyway, it kind of started off like where it left off from last week, where Jennifer and Claudia was arguing like some banshees. And Jennifer, they kind of get put off stage for like the next segment. So Jennifer is going off about it with her manager, and she kind of admitted to the pictures this time, talking about they were private pictures. Every woman takes pictures and yada yada yada. But then Claudia is over there talking to Laura and Karamo about the pictures, and she's showing them the pictures and saying how Jennifer sent them to a married guy, a basketball player. So I'm like this, Jennifer, okay, it's fine to take sexy pictures for your man, but when you're not addressing that they were sent to a married basketball player, that's probably where she's calling you a hoe at. Not that you took the sexy pictures. Um, Another thing was, Laura, I thought you were Jennifer friend. I mean, I know she don't has like no like she cool with Claudia, but it was just crazy to be seeing her sitting with Claudia and Karamo and not going to check on her friend and going to talk to her friend about the situation. So you be like, are y'all really not friends? Y'all just cool, cordial, whatever? I don't know. So, another thing was, Carlos, do you not like really have no money? Like, why was it so hot in that studio? Why was there no air conditioner, like, really in the studio like that, for real? Because Benzino was sweating like, oh my God, he was just sweating. I ain't gonna even say like a slave. He was sweating really, really hard, with the whole time, like, regardless if he was in a hot seat or him just standing his had that little electric fan. I'm like, and then Karama was sweating. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is it so hot in this building? Um Anyway, Benzino and Althea was next, and they were talking about they still together, but he was just asking her questions about him being on the show, how she was feeling. Um and she feels like it was very disrespectful for New York to be flirting with Benzino on the show, knowing he had a woman. And I've always said that she was very disrespectful when it came to that. They were arguing about him being out there and him not coming home, and him working with Jennifer, like putting her music out there but not really putting out their music out there. And he gonna say, well, I told you when you lose a couple of more pounds or something, then we'll start promoting. I'm like, bitch, her talent should speak for her music. Bitch, we not just watch American Idol where that girl was really plus size? Like, come on now, like, and her talent spoke for her. I know it's some controversial over what she said, but I'm just saying, like, that girl talent made her go so far. Kelly Price, her when she was a big girl, it was her talent. You know what I'm saying? Jennifer Hudson, talent. Don't try to make it seem, oh, like we only gonna buy her if she just this skinny ass girl. I don't give a fuck how much she weigh. If that bitch can't sing or whatever she doing, I'm not gonna support it. Like, come on now. I don't even like how she even let him even say that about her. Then they brought up about why they not married yet, and I'm like, because he don't want to. He wants to knock you up because that's the type of dude Benzino is. He's in a relationship. He moves really fast in a relationship, and honestly, I don't think Benzino thought that their relationship was going to go as far as it did, and then all of a sudden she got pregnant and stuff like that. But I really don't think that he intended to have a baby with her and get married and live happily ever after. Because we see how it plays out. He always talking about she breaks up with him on social media, but I'm like, you respond on social media too. So don't try to just make it seem like it's one-sided. They bring out baby Zeno. Okay. Benzino and the whole Claudia thing, and I be sitting there all the time on these reality shows. Like, would y'all please play with these behind the scenes shits? Because that should be more entertaining than what happens on the show. Apparently, they brought up some okay, they first said they were gonna have a pact before they got on the show, but that didn't go according to plan. But they brought up some DM pictures that she took some pictures and he DM'd her talking about the pictures. And she felt like if he can DM me about these pictures, he need to be emailing me and responding to me about work. And I get what she totally is saying. He was saying how she was trying to make it seem like it was more than what it is when she brought it up, I guess, on the show. But she did clarify and say it wasn't nothing like that. It was just the point that he wasn't responding to her. And I'm sitting there like, my dude, you got a girlfriend. Why the fuck are you DMing her about her motherfucking pictures? My thing is, if it wasn't nothing that you didn't want a sexy response back, it wouldn't have been in the DMs. Like, come on now. But he was talking about how he DMs all the women, and I'm sitting there like, why do you have to talk to them privately about pictures? I don't understand. Like, if it was on Instagram, why the fuck you couldn't make the comment on Instagram? Because you knew that you would have got backlash from it through either social media people, or you knew Althea was gonna take offense to it. That's why you did that shit in private. But then she tells Karamo about a text message that she sent to him. I mean, he sent to her, I guess, after the HIV. Let me turn this heat off. After the HIV event, and Karamo was saying within the first 30 seconds of reading the text message, he had called her stank bitch, miserable, hoe, all this kind of stuff. And I'm looking, and he over there sweating like a motherfucker as this is being played out. Cause I'm like, okay, maybe it's hot in the studio, but nigga, you knew you should be getting backlash for coming at this woman the way you came at her. Did you not think that Carlos King would not play this out? Come on. And then my whole thing is, why no women on the couch on the other side said anything about him being disrespectful to her like that? I don't care how much she pissed him off or whatever. Nobody went after him for calling this girl a hoe, a stank bitch, and all this kind of stuff. Miserable, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different thing. But to call her those names, I felt like all the women should have addressed that situation. Karamo should have not been the only person being offended by what he said. And did y'all notice when Karamo said something about it, if he would have did that in his face, he would have knocked him out, and Benzino didn't say anything. Benzino did not address that situation. Come on now. Any other man would address that situation. My bad. So anyway, they what else were they talking about? The whole, do Benzino have issues with women or whatever? Yeah. He gonna say how when I got 3 baby mamas, I love my mama. I'm sitting there like, you probably got 3 baby mamas because you was the asshole in each relationship and it kept not working out. That's probably why. So you can't, if you would have said, oh, I've been with one woman for a long time and, you know, I worship her and whatever, then I would have been like, okay, he don't have women issues. But when you got 3 different baby mamas, something didn't work out some kind of way. And the way he treats Althea, I can't say it was all them. They talked about the whole business situation or whatever, and the whole talk show. And I didn't like how he called that a bullshit talk show. First of all, let me talk about this whole talk show situation. And he said that the logo was the best thing that happened on the show. And I said that was so shady. Because I'm like, Karamo helped just as well. So to me, you shooting down Karamo just as well as you shooting down Claudia. But my whole thing is, they over there saying Claudia didn't want us on the show, really, woo, woo, woo. First of all, y'all should be addressing Carlos King with that. First of all, no, she did have a problem with working with all you guys because for the simple fact that wasn't her idea when she came to him. And he brought you guys on. You know what I'm saying? So I think the issue should have been brought up with Carlos King. I think that there was a lack of respect from the gate. From the gate. No, none of you guys really wanted to do it. So I think when you signed on and Carlos came to you with this idea, or even the first meeting of the show, y'all should have said y'all wasn't on the board with this. Y'all really didn't want to do this. And then that would have been at that. And then y'all could have figured out another idea to come up with the show and still let Karamo and Claudia come up with, the comment. Like, I feel like Laura did when it said there was no respect at the gate. Y'all can say she didn't have no leadership skills at all, but I feel like that was Carlos' problem because Carlos should have said from the gate what was her role, what she should have been allowed to do, and what she shouldn't have been allowed to do. Because I feel like it wouldn't have went. They probably wouldn't have no storyline, but this wouldn't have went on as long as it did because y'all don't want to do it. Okay, let's find somebody else that's willing to do it. So I really feel like this to me was on Carlos, even kind of making her look bad as far as a producer because she was doing the work. She was doing what she had to do. Karama was doing what he had to do. And it was all this personal shit that was getting in the way of it. So I really can't blame her because the show still came off. The pilot still came out. And I felt like it was successful. They had a good celebrity on the show. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people probably would shade him. Like when Benzino shaded him, I was like, bitch, you better check his credentials. You better check his motherfucking resume. You better Google him while you talking about, oh, that's the best y'all can do. Really? Do you know who that is? Take you somewhere and take him somewhere and see who noticed who first. I'm just saying. I feel like that was so fucking out of line for them, for him to say that and be able to say that with a straight face, like they didn't get a good celebrity on their show. I feel like he was stupid for that. I do like how Claudia respects Laura's opinion because even when Laura was saying something about her leadership, she didn't go off on her. She respected what she said and she kept it pushing. New York was just like, shit, I didn't sign up for being on no next team to be under Claudia George. But I'm like I said, your problem was with him, with Carlos, not Claudia. Anyway, New York in action. The only thing I got from this whole situation, because she wants to know where they stand, and he feels like, bitch, I want to be with you. I want to be with Tiffany. But this goddamn New York person needs to be in check at all damn times. Like there's a time and place where she needs to come out. And I don't think New York whatever y'all, I'm gonna call her New York. I don't think that she sees that. I think she's gonna lose a good person because even Carlos said that they were a good couple, and I'm quite sure he see a lot of things that a lot of the people don't. I think that Carlos see things behind the scenes with Tiffany in action that we don't get to see. Well, I see certain things, but I feel like they would make a really good couple if she would just let him be the man in the relationship, if she would calm herself down and put New York in a box at times. I really, really do. What woman wants a man to just be their puppet? Like, I wouldn't feel secure. I wouldn't feel like, period. I wouldn't feel secure, period, if a man just did every little thing I said, jumped at my beck and call. No, like, I want to know that he has a mind of his own, that he's goal oriented and stuff like that. I don't want no man to be following me around 24 fucking 7 and not be a man. Like, no, no. So I get where action is coming from. Like, mm-mm. And at first I thought he was about to propose. I was like, you bet not. You bet not. But that's when he said he didn't want to be a puppet. And I was just like, this girl has a lot of growing up to do. And even when she was like, ask him what we are, and he was like, I don't know, because you never know, like, shit, he don't know if he, what you gonna be in the next 5 minutes, shit, so he don't know. But when Carlos said, is that your girlfriend, and he said, yeah, that wasn't even acceptable to her, and I'm sitting there like, bitch, you just kissed Chance on national TV, and he had to watch that. That was just out of line. I really, really felt like that was out of line. The last thing that I'm gonna talk about is the whole Claudia rape story. And like Carlos King said, rape is a serious, serious matter. But I got where Claudia was coming from as far as her dealing with it. With her dealing with it, people deal with it in so many different ways. Some people go out there and really become a thot, really become a hoe, and because they feel like their innocence is taken, so you might as well just give it to any and everybody and let them keep disrespecting your body. There's people like Laura. She mentioned that she was assaulted when she was 7 years old, and she went with sports. Claudia, she dealt with it being funny and talking about it in comedy and stuff like that. So people do deal with this situation in different ways. Jennifer was a straight ice queen bitch. Like, straight bitch. Like, she still didn't care. Even when Claudia was crying her eyes out, you still have to, like, even if you didn't um believe her, and when she told you, you seen her how she keep talking about the story. You see how emotional she got right then. The way she sat on that couch, like she didn't give zero fucks given, for real, for real. It was just like, you's a bitch. Especially when you come on here and say your mother was raped at 14. First of all, she said Claudia didn't know her to be telling her this. So are you saying that to all the women that goes to people's schools and churches or wherever they go to talk to women about rape and they telling their story, they don't know them either, but they tell their story. So that shit was just stupid to me. But for her to just act like this and knowing her mother had been assaulted at 14, and talking about, well, my mama didn't tell me till 4 years ago. Okay, but she's not your mama. That was the way your mama handled that. But for her to just, and I'm with Karama, in the black communities, we be the first to be like, oh, it didn't happen. Are you sure it happened? What did you do? Not me, but I've seen people in the black community like really victimize the person all over again. Or, if a boy walk past and touch a girl butt, they be like, oh, that bitch shouldn't have had on no tight pants or a short skirt or some little shorts. That's still not right. That's still not right. So I just felt like Jennifer was way the fuck out of line. I feel like she still should have like apologized for the way she came off. Like, bitch, you seen yourself back. You should have been like, you know what, I came at you harsh. You deal with it the way you want to deal with it, and my bad. But for her to just act like she still did not give a fuck, I just was like, I would never be able to be a friend with a female like that. Um, and then just to see Claudia crying about it was a slap in the face by another black woman and she didn't even say nothing, just still sitting there like a bitch. I was just like, New York just told her she hopes she get the help she needs, and I thought that was really cool. Um, it was sad to see, and like I said, I'm with New York. I just hope Claudia gets the help she needs. Um, and I want her to use this time to keep speaking to girls and letting girls know that it's okay, that they can be able to, deal with it the way they want to deal with it. Don't be ashamed of the way they are handling it and getting past it day by day. You never know. I'd rather for her to make a fucking joke about it than kill herself because she couldn't handle it. See, I'm just not with Jennifer on this whole situation. Last but not least, they oh no, they end up asking everybody how the show changed them or whatever. Claudia said that she glad that A lot of things that was misunderstood about her was shown on this show. Karamo said he's still sexy about his business and a good father, single father. Benzino, something about him not being in drama, not, I guess he was drama filled on Love and Hip Hop. And I'm like, nigga, I still got the same vibe from you here. You got in women's business, same like you did when out there in Jocelyn. So, didn't see a change. Jennifer talking about she had a voice and she was different from what they were showing on Basketball Wives, but I'm like, I'd rather see you being boring bitch on Basketball Wives than a bitch that's just an ice queen with no fucking heart, like for real. Laura, she has grown. She said she did a lot of growing, and you could see her growth, and I have compared to what she did on Love and Hip Hop. I mean, on Basketball Wives, LA. New York, that bitch ain't changed. She ain't trying to change. She just want her own show. She still say she the head bitch in charge and all that kind of stuff. So I was just like, girl, boo, girl, boo. Then at the last but not least, they had the focus group come out, and the same focus group they had on episode 1 come out and still kind of backtrack of what they said when they first met them. But that lady with the braids that told Claudia she had her back, I was like, bitch, who you directing your anger to? Is it towards Jennifer or is it towards Benzino? Because she was looking like, bitch, I took boxing, I got your back, now which one you want me to slay? Real quick. And then that other one that say she had talked to Benzino now. Bitch, he don't want you after you talked about his neck. Girl, boo. Anyway, that was my review for The Next 15, Season 1, Reunion Part 2. I hope it come back with a new season. And kind of some people from this cast can come back. But some people can go. Like Jennifer can go. That's it. Even New York can come back if she's going to come back as Tiffany. But only person I can care less about is Jennifer. She just doesn't fit with this show. I think Claudia and Benzino can work things out. And Laura, I didn't have a problem with her. New York was over the top, but I want her to come back as Tiffany. Claudia and Karamo, I didn't have a problem with. But that's it. I think everything else can be worked out if Jennifer was gone. That's the only one that just doesn't fit with none of these people. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about it. Follow me on all social media sites by The Ghetto View, THA, not THE. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to be doing this bonnet probably for the next couple of days. I'm just saying. Make sure y'all get y'all It's All About Support t-shirts. And follow me on all social media sites. And I will talk to y'all in the next video. All right, peace out.